This is the value of wrestling, the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting.
I am back, my children. I have returned, and the doors to the church are open. Come and gather before the Messiah. Come and gather before the Almighty Marty Richards as I talk about one Tony Khan and his demise on social media. Come and listen to the Messiah as he shares his words of wisdom. Come, seek thy salvation so I can awaken your spirit and make you whole. Join me, my children, for I shall open the eyes of many.
He's American
Oh, my children, I am the Almighty Marty Richards, and I am here with another one of the Messiah's wisdom. I have returned, and my doors are open for you all to come and talk to the Almighty One. Come and sit before me as I unleash the wisdom of the Messiah, the Savior of the value of wrestling. For I'm here to help you with your redemption. I am here to save you. And Tony Khan, I have come for you today. I have called you out before. Today, I call you before the church, before the congregation, before my pulpit, and to tell you that the mighty moderator, the Savior himself, can help redeem you after your last tragic downfall, my friend. For social media has become a demon that has possessed your soul. It has become an addiction that has entrapped you. And I know as a young child, this was your world. This is how you found gratification. This is how you found adulation. This is how you connected with people. I know social media was your way. I know through these ways you've got your friends. You made connections and people told you how great you might have been. But now, Tony, it may be your very, very downfall. Tony Khan, the puppet master AUW have become. You think you've got it all figured out. You parade around on your little social media platforms spewing promises and grandiose visions of the future. Oh, how you love the sound of your voice, basking in your own adoration of your followers. False sheep. But see, Tony, social media is a double-edged sword. Much like the games I'm used to. The games that the Mighty One knows all too well. It can lift you up, oh yes. It can bring you very high. But it can also bring you crashing down. You become a slave to the never-ending chatter, to the whims of those who think they know what's best for your empire. You've let it consume you, Tony. You become so enamored with the instant gratification of likes and retweets that you've lost sight of the bigger picture. You've lost sight of wrestling. True wrestling, then, Tony. It isn't about fleeting moments of digital validation. It's about still, serious stories, conflicts, about the darkness that lies within each of us that you must draw out into the world of some form of reality. You've sacrificed substance for the sake of spectacle. You've let the glamour of the online world drown out the essence of what makes this art form resonate. And mark my words, Tony, this exception of yours will be your own doing. This week you have unleashed such fury, such anger, that it has done not no good for you. For Marty Richards, the Almighty One, the Messiah, your Savior, understands the darkness, Tony. Oh, I understand the depths of human nature, the shadows that dance within us all. But you are blind, my friend Tony, by the light of social media, by the allure of being the center of attention. One day when the novelty wears thin, when the fickle fingers of the internet move on, and the next shiny thing comes along, you Tony, will be alone in that darkness, in that silence where all you hear is whispers of your own death, your own voices in your head, telling you, were you good enough? Were you good enough, Tony? Did you do everything you could? Or did you fall short of being Your echoes of your legacy will be squandered, Tony. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tony Khan. Revel in your social media kingdom. Bask in the adoration of my last. But remember, the Almighty One is always lurking in the shadows. I will always be here ready to remind you of the price of forsaking the true heart of the world we call wrestling. See, Tony, who can't take it like a cheap trick. Who can't take it like some little chronic sideshow, my friend. But when you treat it like a joke, it will come back to haunt you. See, Tony, you are a lost soul in the carnival of this digital age. The path of redemption lies not in the glaring of a screen or the clamoring of a virtual crowd, but in the marrows wrestling itself, my friend. Listen well, for the words may be the lantern that guide you through the darkness you are about to face, dear Tony. Tony, you need to shed the shackles of immediacy. The immediate reaction, the immediate fulfillment. You need to let those shackles free you, my friend. You need to be awoken to these chains that are bounding you. Throughout requires patience. And you show very little when your admiration for one loss takes you to great anger and vengeance. In blasphemous words as such as these that you have spoken into the world, allow it to breathe, to unfold naturally, without the need of constant updates and spoilers. Let the anticipation be like a thunderstorm coming upon the horizon, electrifying the air, letting the hairs of men stand up. Remember, Tony, the greatest feelings are not caricatures. No, they're not caricatures, no, my friend. But the mirrors of to the hero's own flaws. For the evil is only as good as the hero. See, the good is the bad is the baddest in the good, and without one or another, you don't have nothing. See, a hero's weakness is exposed by the villain, and this is what the villain tries to expose, only to make the hero wiser and stronger. Delve into the complexity of characters, blur the lines between good and evil, real and falsity. Let the audience grapple in their own shadows. Let them make their own feelings come forward. Let them believe in something. Seek out talent not for those social media prowess, but for the fire that burns within them, or for those yearning to tell stories who understand the art of the ring as a canvas for the craft. Nurture their creativity once as they breathe life into your vision. Above all, remember that you are not a steward, but a steward of this ancient tradition, this ancient form, an ancient legacy that was created long before we all. But here, honor the legacy of those who came before you, for they are the roots that nurse the tree that will grow to become stronger, and let the wisdom guide you. Much as the Messiah can bring you his wisdom, you need to let that wisdom guide you and forge the path that honors the essence of wrestling itself. On account of the journey to your redemption may be long and arduous, but the rewards will be beyond measure. Cast aside the trappings of instant gratification. Let the heart of wrestling beat once more. In the quiet of the night, listen to the whispers of the canvas, and let them be your guide. Let the mighty one, Marty Richards, be the voice that you hear. And see us telling you to come out of this dark place. Become the redeemer of booking. You could be the great booking redeemer. You could be the one who takes the whole art form of professional wrestling to a whole new level. You, Tony Khan, could be the chosen one that they are looking for. You, Tony, could tackle a kingdom, but you cannot let the social media be your war. Don't let that be your battleground. Let the canvas and the men and women that work for you be your battle piece. Be careful on the bullet chest, that you know what you are doing with each move, and know each move that your opponent gonna do before they do it. I am the Almighty One, Marty Richards. I am the Savior of all your wrestling. And Tony, if you come before my pulpit and into my church and take a seat and listen to the lectures of the Messiah's wisdom, you too can learn to come from the darkness and become an awoken spirit. Have your soul saved in the world of professional wrestling and become more educated, more wise, more in depth, because the Almighty One, Marty Richards, knows the way. Thank you for coming, my children. Now that the service has convened, we may sleep, but before we must go, make sure you will hit that subscribe button, because then you will become part of the Messiah's wisdom. You will become part of the salvation. You will become part of Marty Richards, the Almighty One. All you will have to do is acknowledge me. By your subscription, this is your acknowledgement that you are following the Messiah. You are following the Almighty Marty Richards. And then ring that bell, because you want to be notified when the Almighty Marty Richards is going to come again. Because you never know when I'm going to show up, because I'm always looking and watching and waiting. And when the time to speak has come, I'll come. And you, my children, want to make sure you know when the church doors are open, when you can come in and take your seat in the pews and listen to the Messiah's wisdom from the pulpit as I preach truth in professional wrestling, wisdom in professional wrestling, salvation in professional wrestling. Before now, my children, I must go. Well, this is our time to say goodbye. I thank you for coming, my children. And until next time, remember, I am the Almighty Marty Richards. I am the Savior of the value of wrestling.